Welcome to another lecture on correlation. In this lecture I will explain partial correlation. Under partial explain I will explain how to obtain values of R12.3, R23.1, R13.2, and I also will explain how to obtain basic or zero order correlation coefficient. Firstly, let us understand what is partial correlation. In case of multiple correlation, we study multiple impacts of independent variable on dependent variable. In case of multiple correlation, multiple independent variable will affect single dependent variable. But there are some cases in many times correlation between two variables is partly due to the third variable. So third variable effect is very due or else negligible. For that, in such instance, we use partial correlation in this type of situation. For example, correlation between height and weight is due to age only. So higher the height, higher the age, and higher the weight, higher the age. So here due is age. So in such instance, we apply partial correlation. By applying partial correlation, one may be interested to know the relationship between two variables and ignoring the effect of third, fourth or more other variables. Which means in partial correlation we study the relationship between two variables by keeping or eliminating others variable from the study. So this is what partial correlation. And let us understand further what is partial correlation. As I already explained you, partial correlation is the correlation between two variables, and when after removing the linear effects of other variables, which means partial correlation is study the relation between two variables after keeping others, which means third, fourth and others variable out of the ambit for the study. So here it is a study of more than two variables only, and one variable is dependent variable, one more is independent variable. In the case of multiple correlation, one is dependent variable, two are independent variable. So here we study partial impact of one independent variable on one dependent variable, keeping other independent variable constant. Let us take some example, like we have 1, 2, 3 variables. Here I will take 12.1. This is a first option in the case of partial correlation. So in this case, one variable is dependent variable, one more variable is independent variable. So we will study independent variable and dependent variable relation after keeping other independent variable or eliminating other independent variable. So obviously in the case of correlation we study the direction between variables, that direction may be positive or negative correlation. Also we study the degree of correlation between them, and which scales from 0 to 1 only. So let us have an example for that so that we can understand it much better. So here we are having three variables, that is x1, x2 and x3. Sometimes the correlation between two variables, which mean x1 and x2, may be partly due to the correlation of third variable. So we can have an imagination of height and weight. So height is a x1, first variable, weight is a x2. So here in case of age is a x3. Consider age is a x3 here. So here x3, which means age, is partly due to the correlation of third variable age to the both x1 and x2. That means height and weight is partly due. So in this instance we have to study the partial correlation. So which means correlation of coefficient between x1 and x2 after eliminating x3 on the effect of x3, linear effect of x3 on x1 and x2. This is called partial correlation. So let us see the possibilities in case of partial correlation, as we studied in the case of multiple correlation where we had three possibilities, and here too we have three possibilities. So I will show you. Since we study more than two variables in case of partial correlation. Let us imagine 1, 2, 3. So possible combination from this is we will take first two as first, and we will keep third variable outside. So then we will have R12.3. So this is a first option, R12.3. What does it mean? We study the partial impact of second variable. Here this is second variable on first variable. We only study the partial impact of second variable on first variable on this variable, keeping third independent variable constant. Here third independent variable is not going to work anymore here. So we are having one option called R12.3. I told you how to form this, and let us have a second option. Since we have kept third independent variable we eliminated in the first option. Now we will consider into the study in case of second option. So we can form 1, 2, 3. So remaining things will be 2, 3. So one more option will be R 2, 3. Then I will eliminate 1. So I will keep 1 outside of the study here, because in case of R23.1 we study the partial impact of third variable. Here this is a third variable on second variable. So here second variable, one dependent and one more independent, and keeping first variable, this first independent variable constant. So this is a second option. So other combination from this 1, 2, 3 we can make. We made what 2.3, we made 2, 3.1, and now we will consider this 1 and 3, and we will keep 2 outside. So that R13.2. We will keep 2 independent variable we'll keep it as a constant. So in this case we study the partial impact of second and first variable, keeping third and first variable, keeping second independent variable constant. So these are the three options in case of partial correlation, and these are the respected meaning of respected options also. So what kind of formula we need to use in case of our partial correlation and each combination? So we have firstly the first combination, as I explained you, that is R12.3. So which means we know that we study the partial impact of second variable on first variable, and we kept third variable as constant. This is a formula we use to obtain R12.3. So that is in the numerator R12 minus R1323 R23, which will be multiplied R13, and R23 will be multiplied from R12. These two, the added value will be subtracted in the denominator in the square root, within bracket 1 minus R square 13 and 1 minus R square 23. So how I have formulated this formula, I will tell you the logic. Firstly, for this for the numerator I will take first two element, so that is 1, 2, that is R12, and for the next zero order correlation I will consider first and last variable, that is R13, and for next thing we will consider remaining 2, 3 variable, that is R23. So here nothing difficult, we are making possible combination. Here only 3 combinations are possible, R12, R13, R23 with the with the 1, 2, 3 variables. And for the denominator, ignore this R12. This portion can be taken to the lower side, that is 1 minus R square 13. This 13 will be used in the denominator firstly, and 2, 3 will be used in the secondly. This is very logically you need to understand. So one more logic here, in the numerator we won't use any square, in the denominator we use square for 2 zero order correlation also. So that is R13 square, R23 square, and both things will be subtracted by 1 and multiplied, later it will be squared. So where R12.3 means partial correlation between x1 and x2, so R12 is the total correlation coefficient between x1 and x2, and so on. R13 means total correlation between x1 and x3. R23 means total correlation between x2 and x3. So let us consider one more formula for second option. So that is which is simply simple as I explained in the first option. This also apply the same thing. So here second combination is R23.1. So same thing what we have taken in here will also taken to this numerator. Firstly I will consider R23. So here R23, and for next I will consider first and last, that is R12, and then I will consider second and last. So R23 minus R12, R13, and in the denominator same thing as I explained here. So R12 and R13, both thing will be squared and it will be taken out the root. So let us see third options also. So third option is you know that third option, that another combination is R13.2. Here also I can formulate a formula like, firstly I will consider two variables, that is R13. Thereafter I will consider first and second variable, that is R12. Thereafter I will consider second and third variable, so that is R32. And in the denominator for last I will consider last element only, so that is zero order correlation, that R32. 32 or 23 both are same, which we have used interchangeably, that's all. And for the other element we will consider this, that R12, so R square 12, and same thing what we did in case of R23.1 and R12.3 we will also be done here also. So this is the basics for how to formulate formula in case of partial correlation. Now we have to obtain R13.2 value, R23.1 value, R12.3 value. To obtain value of respected partial correlation, we have shown you the formulas for obtaining that also. So now we shall move further. Let us see. Yeah, before that, to apply to this we need the values of zero order correlation, that is R12, R13, R1213, R32, which means 2, 3. So we have to obtain these three value first. There only we can apply all these three formula. In my last lecture on multiple correlation, I have shown you how to derive these values using a formula, that is R23, R12 and R13. Here also same formula will be used and will be derived the values. So I will show you how we are going to derive the values of R12, 13 and 23. So these are the respected formula this is a formula for R12. In case of R12 zero order correlation of coefficient, we will use all the combination of variable x1 and x2. We will use all other observation. So what are such all other things? We have to divide multiply x1 and x2, so that we need summation of x1 and x2, and we need x1 value, that is summation of x1. We need x2 value also, that is summation of x2, and we need x1 square, so square of x1, and we also need x2 square. So this is the required information. So we have to calculate x1, x2 and x3. We have to calculate all these values. We have to calculate as I shown you here. For in case of R12, we have to calculate x1 and x2 summation, x1 summation, x2 summation, x1 square summation, x2 square summation. Then only we can apply to this formula. So we know the 10 is number of observation. And in case of R13 zero order correlation, so we use the same thing what we used in the case of R12. So here we used all the combination of x1 and x2. So here we use all the combination of x1 and x3. Okay, so others are same. Here we used x1 and x3, here x2. Here we will use x1 and x3, and n is common here and here also. And here we used x1, summation x1, here 2, and here summation x2, here summation x3, because we are dealing with R13. And in the denominator n is common to all the formula, and we use x1 square and we will use x1 whole square, x1 summation x1 whole square, and in this side we will use x3 value. X3 value in the sense summation x3 whole square, summation x3 square, and so here summation x3 whole square. So firstly we will subtract this and this, and thereafter we will subtract this portion, and we will subtract this portion, and the result of this portion and this portion will be multiplied. Then we will take root of this. Thereafter we will divide that rooted amount by this value. So we will obtain R13. And last option is R23. Here we will use all possible combination of x2 and x3 values variables. So simply as we used here x1 and x3, we will use x2 and x3 because we are dealing with R23, and here I will use summation x2 summation x3 because R23, and in the denominator are x2 square x2 whole square and x3 square x3 whole square. So these are the formula. Very logically we can formulate this formula. If you understand this formula only, we will formulate, otherwise we have to remember this formula. So then let us calculate zero order correlation. Further, let us consider a problem. Here we have some of the data. From the following data, obtain R12.3, R23.1, R13.2. When you are given data directly, that is R12 value, and R23 value and R13 value, when you are given this values, that is zero order correlation value, you can directly apply it to this formula. Otherwise, firstly you need to calculate these things using these raw data. When you are given raw data, you need to firstly find out R12, R123 and R13. Thereafter you can apply to this formula. So here we have three variables, the x1, x2 and x3. Their respected observations are also given. Then let us go for calculation then. So this is a formula to obtain R13.12.3, 23.1, 13.2. These are the formula, but as I told you, here we need some of the information called R23, R13 and R12. For that we need to use the respected formula of respected R12, 13 and 23 of basic zero order correlation. So we know that formula. I have explained that formula also. So now let us calculate these things using the raw data. So here x1, x2 and x3. So firstly we need to understand that R12. For R12 what we need, we have to decide for what we need. That is x1, x2 we need, x1 summation x1 need, summation x2 need, summation x2 square we need, summation x1 square we need. And thereafter in case of R13, additionally whatever we obtained here, additionally here we need summation x1, x3 and summation x3 and summation x3 square, summation x3. So yeah, and for next zero order correlation we need additionally summation x2, x3 and summation x2, yeah, summation x2 square, x3 square we have also already talked about here. So here summation x2 square. Firstly we need to obtain this value using the given raw data. So here I have directly calculated for your understanding using these values of x1, x2, x3. So here in the first column I have inserted x2, x1 value, second column x2, third column x3, in the fourth column x1 square, because we need to apply here we need x1 square. In the same way x2 square, x3 square. Thereafter we need to multiply 1-to-1 value, the firstly x1 and x2, thereafter x2 and x3, and after that x1 and x3. So here x1 and x2 and x1 and x3, x2 and x3. I have done all these things. Firstly I have totaled this. so that I got summation x1 as 192, and second variable total summation x2 is 122, third variable total summation x3 is 112. Yeah, first variable is squared, which means 20 into 20 400, 15 into 15 225, 25 into 25 625, 26 into 26 676, 28 into 28 784, 40 into 40 1600, 38 into 38 1444. So summation of these things is 5754. In the same way, have squared x2 values, that is 12 into 12 144, 13 into 13 169, 16 into 16 256, and so on. The summation of x2 square is 2332. In the same way, I have multiplied x3 also. We have taken square. 13 into 30, that is 169, 15 into 15 225, 12 into 12 144, 16 into 16 256, and so on. We have squared the x3 value. The summation of x3 square is 1970. Now we have multiplied x1 and x2, so which means 20 into 12 will be 240, 15 into 13 195, 25 into 16, that is 400, here 400, and 26 into 15 390, 28 into 23 will be 644, 40 into 15 will be 600, 38 into 28 will be 1064. The summation of x1 and x2 is 3533. In the same way, I have multiplied value of variable 1 to variable 3. So here 20 into 13 will be 260, and 15 into 15 225. So 25 into 12 will be 300, and so on. I have multiplied x1 and x2 value, and the summation of x1 and x2 is 3245. And lastly, I have multiplied some x2 and x3, and the last combination, that is 12 into 13 156, 13 into 15 so 195, 16 into 12 will be 192, 15 into 16 will be 240, and so on. I have multiplied variable x1 into variable x3. Summation of x2 and x3 is 1917. So by this way, we have calculated all the required things of summation x1, summation x2, summation x3, x1, summation x1 square, summation x2 square, summation x3 square, summation x1 x3 as x2, summation x1 x3, summation x2 and x3. So now we are handy with all the data to apply to this zero order correlation. Now then let us obtain the value one by one. Firstly, let us obtain the values of R12. So we know that formula to apply zero order correlation coefficient for R12 is this, and we need this information to apply to this formula. So here summation, we need summation x1, here 192, summation x1 square, here this summation x1 square 5754, summation x2, here summation x2 is 122, and summation x2 square is 2332. Summation x1 and x2 is this 3533, and n, we have to use n here. Number of observation in the problem is 7. In each observation, in each variables, we have 7 observation. So let us replace these values to the problem. So this n is 7, summation x1 x2 is 3533 here, and summation x1 is 192, summation x2 is 122, n is number of observation. Summation x1 square is 5754, and here summation x1 whole square, summation x1 is 192, which will be squared, then 192 into 192, and here n is 7 again, and summation x2 square is 2332. So here summation x2 whole square, summation x2 is 122 into 122 will be this. Let us simplify this then to obtain a further step. So when we multiply summation x1 into x2, this portion, and multiply 7 into 3533, thereafter we have subtracted this value from this value. So then we got 1307. In the denominator, firstly I have multiplied 7 into 5754, and thereafter 192 into 192. Then I have subtracted this value from this value. I got 3414. So in the same way, here also I have calculated 7 into 2332 first, then 122 into 122. I have to subtract this value from this value, then I got 1440. So when I simplified this further, I got this value 1307 in the numerator. So this, firstly I will multiply 3414 into 1440. Thereafter I have taken root of the obtained value after multiplication. Then I got 2217.24. Now I will move on to next step, that is in the next step I will divide 1307 by 2217.24. then I got R12 value, R12 value is 0.59. so this is how I obtained first value of R12. Now I shall move on to obtain R13. This is a required formula for that, and these things are necessary to apply here to the formula. So I will replace the given details to the formula first. So firstly we have n 7 observation here also, and a summation x1 x3, summation x1 x3 3245, summation x1 192, here 192, summation x3 is 112 is replaced, and n is 7 observation. Summation x1 square is 5754 here, and summation x1 square x1 whole square, so 192 is summation x1 whole square into 2, which means 192 into 192. so here 7 number of observation. Summation x3 square is 1970, 7 into 1970. so summation x3 whole square, x3 value is 112. so since it is square, I will multiply by the same value, that is 112 into 112. Now I will simplify this value, this replaced value for the next step. Firstly I will multiply 7 into 3245. Thereafter I will multiply 192 into 112. Then I will subtract this value from this value. Then I got 1211. In the denominator, firstly I will multiply 7 into 5754, and I keep that values aside, and then I will multiply 192 into 192. Then I will subtract this value, obtained this value, and to the value. So I got 3414. Here I will do the same thing, 7 into 1970, 112 into 112. Thereafter I will subtract this value from this value. So when I done like that, I got 1246. so I shall move on to the next step. 1212 is same thing, and in the denominator value I will multiply 3414 into 1246. Thereafter I will take root of this, the root of multiplied value. So I got 2062.48. so for the next step I will divide 1211 by 2062. so then I got R13 value 0.59. So by this way we also obtained value of R13. So for the next step, that is next zero order correlation coefficient R23. So this is a formula for that. I have explained this in this video only. These are the required information for that, and I will replace all the values to the formula. So here n is same, number of observations 7, and summation x2 x3 here 1917. So summation x2 is here is summation x2 122, summation x3 is 112. So 122 into 112. In the denominator n is 7, summation x2 square is 2333 minus summation x2 is 122 here. Since the formula is whole square, I will multiply same value 122 into 122. N is 7. In the next step, summation x3 square is 1970. So 7 into 1970. So summation x3 whole square, summation x3 is 112. Whole square means 112 into 112. So I will simplify the value for the further step. Firstly, I will multiply 7 into 1917, then 122 into 122. Thereafter I will subtract this value from this value. This portion is having a highest value, so I got minus 245 as a negative value. In the denominator, firstly 7 into 2332, I will keep that value 122 into 122. When I subtract this value from this value, I got 1440. The same thing will be done here. Then I got 1246. So for the next step, when I multiplied 1440 into 1246, thereafter I will take root. So I got 1339.5. So when I divided minus 245 by 1339.5, I got R value R23. R23 value is minus 0.18. So by this way we obtained zero order correlation coefficient. So that we shall move further. We shall move further to calculate R1 2.3, R2 3.21 and R1 3.2. Firstly, let us calculate R1 2.3, and this is a formula of R1 2.3. To apply to this formula, we are having R12, R13 and R23. This value obtained in the last step. Now I will replace all the values to the formula. So firstly R12, here R12 is 0.59 minus R13. R13 is 0.59 again 0.59. R23 is minus 0.18. So in the denominator 1 is common, that is a formula within the square root, minus R213. This portion, these two values will be used in the denominator. R12 is 0.59. Since it is square, R13 square 0.59 into 0.59, and R23 square 0.59 minus 0.59, sorry, minus 0.18 into minus 0.18. Minus into minus plus, we will get a plus value. So we will simplify this. For the next step, I will simplify this. So I will multiply 0.59 into minus 0.18. I will get a minus value. So minus into this minus, plus minus into minus plus. So 0.59 into something I got here will be added, minus into minus plus. For the next step, I will get 0.6962, and in the denominator 0.59 into 0.59, and that will be subtracted by 1. Then I got 0.6519, and here minus 0.18 into minus 0.18, the result will be subtracted by 1. Then I got 0.9676. So I will go for further simplification, and this thing will be firstly multiplied, and thereafter I will take root. First to multiply, then take root. So then I got 0.7942. So for the next step I have to divide 0.6962 by 0.7942. Then I got the value of R12.3. So R12.3 is 0.88. So now we shall move on to calculate other value. Other value here is R23.1. Formula to apply R23.1 is this 23.1, and required values to apply this formula are also given here. Now I will replace the values with the formula. So firstly R23 here is minus 0.18 R23 and minus value, that is a formula. R12 is 0.59, R13 is also 0.59. Okay, in the denominator 1 minus R square, which means R12 square. R12 is 0.59 into square, 0.59 into 0.59. Here R13 value is 0.59. Here also 0.59 into 0.59. For the next step, when we firstly we will multiply 0.59 into 0.59, and for the next step here we have R23 value as minus, and this value is also minus in the formula. So minus into minus, which will be added. So for the next step, minus 0.5281. Here minus into minus, which will be added. For that, this is 0.5281. In the denominator, 0.59 into 0.59, then subtracted by 1. So I got 0.6519. Here 0.59 and 0.59, and then again subtracted by 1, same value 0.6519. So for the next step I will simplify this further. When I simplify this further, so in the denominator firstly I will multiply 0.6519 into 0.6519, and I will take root. When I take root, the same value I got, that is minus 0.6519. So for the next step I will divide the both value. When I divide the both value, I got R23.11 as minus 0.81. So let us obtain last value then. Last option of partial correlation. This is a formula to apply to this partial correlation, and these are the given things. We have we have zero order correlation coefficient value to apply this formula. Now I will replace this value with the formula. So firstly R13 is 0.59, here 0.59, and R12 is also 0.59, so here 0.59. R32 is here 32 or 23, both are same, minus 0.18. I have replaced that too, and in the denominator 1 minus R square 12, R12 square. So 12 is 0.59 into 0.59 will be, and here R23 square will 23 square, so minus 0.18 into minus 0.18. I have replaced all the values. For the next step I will simplify the by the you following same way. So here firstly 0.59 into minus 0.18, so I will get a minus value. Now to apply formula, minus into minus, so that it will be minus into minus plus, it will be added to this. So 0.59 and the portion of this will be 0.6962. in the denominator 0.659 into 0.59, which will be subtracted by 1. So therefore I got 0.6519. In this case minus 0.18 into minus 0.18, so minus into minus plus. Now I will subtract by 1. I got 0.9676. For the next step I will get the simplified value. For in the denominator firstly I will subtract here, multiply. Thereafter I will take a root. When I take a root, 0.7942. So finally I got R13.2. 13.2 is 0.88. I have divided 0.6962 by 0.7942. So final value of R13.2 is this. So by this way we obtained all the values which are asked in the problem. So this is a final output, that is R12 we found 0.59, R13 0.59, R23 minus 0.18. These are zero order correlation which we found using the formula. So thereafter partial correlation R12 12.3 0.88, R23.1 minus 0.81 and R13.2 is 0.88. So by this way we have finished to calculate partial correlation. Here I have calculated total correlation coefficient and partial correlation coefficient. Now I will give you an assignment. In the same way I have calculated, you can obtain the values. Firstly calculate that basic zero order correlation, that is total correlation coefficient of 3 values. Thereafter obtain this value. So thank you so much for watching. I have sourced this information to prepare this video. Please do subscribe to my Vision Academy YouTube channel.